remember when I was in exactly the same position that you're in right now. 16 years ago, with a couple of months to go until I finished year 10, and then on to year 11 and 12. 2 very important years. Now you're 16 years old now, maybe 15 years old, and you know you've got a couple of months to go till you finish your year 10. And you're going to be entering a transitional period into senior school. And not just the transitional period into senior school, but a transition from boyhood to manhood. And you'll be on a journey of discovery. And on that journey, you're going to find out a few things. Alright? The first thing you're going to find out is who you really are. Do you know who you really are? Okay? The second thing is perhaps what your purpose is at this point in your life. Okay? Because there's a purpose for every stage of your life. And the third thing is what's possible for you once you finish year 12. Because guess what? There's life after school, if you're wondering. Why be good when you can be great?
Yeah.
Yeah? Who wants to be great? Everyone. Okay? And so in tonight's session, guys, I'm going to talk to you about going from good to great. Going after greatness. Okay? Greatness on the sporting field, greatness in the classroom, and greatness on the streets. Okay? Being a better player, a better student, and a better person. Okay? Now, we are all called to greatness. We're not called to be average. Who wants to be average? Anyone want to be average? If anyone raised their hands, I would have sent them out the door. But we don't want to be average. We are all called to greatness. You know what? Average is what people allow and accept into their lives. And sometimes they allow it to become a fixed reality, being average. But we are all called to greatness. Now, a perfect example of somebody who was called to greatness and received and followed through on that call to greatness is Saint Ignatius. Most of you should know who Saint Ignatius is. Right? Saint Ignatius at a very young age, right, was called to greatness. When he was young, he actually had a passion for knighthood and courtly love. And he dreamed about doing great things. Okay? But then in 1521, he was wounded in a battle with the French. Okay? And that put him on a journey of discovery for himself, where whilst he was wounded, he became closer to God and he discovered his spirituality, and as a result learned more about the saints, and as a result of learning about the saints became inspired by their story, by their life. And guess what? He was called to greatness, and he followed through on that call to greatness by setting up what we now know as the Ignatius spirituality and the whole Jesuit society. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now, he received that call and he followed through. Recent examples out of this school. You've got a couple of people that are representing Australia at the Rio Olympics in rugby union. Ed Jenkins and Henry Hutchison. Right? Students from this school. They got the call to greatness and they followed through. So tonight I want to share with you how you can actually take that call to greatness and follow through so you can go out and live up to your full potential. Because I truly believe that each and every one of you have unlimited potential. And I'm not just saying that because it's some cute motivational line from a YouTube video. I'm sure everybody's been on YouTube and seen those motivational videos, right? But it's not something that I've just picked out from a video. It's something that I've learned firsthand from my own personal experience, which I'm going to share with you today. Guys, for 10 years of my schooling life, I was bullied. I remember walking home crying as a 17-year-old kid. I'd never experienced so much pain in my life. Whilst that experience was a very hurtful experience, it was the most defining experience of my life to date. Because I had a decision, a choice. A choice to either stay down and allow other people's opinions to dictate my reality and remain a passenger in my life, or I had a choice to get up, take control, and take the steering wheel, be in the driver's seat of my life, and take my life where I wanted it to go, which I didn't really know at that point in time. But I just had to take control. And there were 3 things that motivated me at the time. It was, number 1, to prove other people wrong, to make my parents proud, number 2, right? Because my parents, immigrant parents, worked their whole lives just for their children, just working class people. you know, in the outskirts of Sydney's West. And I wanted to make them proud because I put them through a lot. The third thing was just to be somebody, you know, just to be somebody who I can be proud of. Me, because I need to be proud of myself. So that put me on a transitional path in that final year, because that experience that I shared with you just now happened at the end of year 11. And that set me on a transitional path into year 12, where it was a transformational year, where I turned my whole life around from being just an average student who didn't really achieve much, academically didn't really achieve much, on the sporting field definitely didn't achieve much. Whilst I didn't know what it was going to be for me, I knew that I had the next 12 months to make it count. It's not about the result that you get, it's about the person you become in the pursuit of that result. What I learned and developed and gained in the pursuit of trying to get good results in the HSC at the time have carried me through into the next stages of my life. In university, in the corporate arena, through my schooling journey, and in my adulthood, that I found that hold people back in their life. And they're what I call monkeys, because I was held back for many years. Lack of belief. Let me give you an example. How many of you here play footy? Most of you. All right, cool. Rugby union, AFL, rugby league, all footy to me. The chances are lower than had the team go into that game with the belief and expectancy, man, we can win. Forget about what's happened in the past, because you know what? It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. You know what I mean? What's happened in the past in your life, whether it's in sport, academically, is nowhere near as important as what's possible for you from here on in, what you can do from here on in. I'll tell you why I know that. Because in that transitional year, if I allowed my past results up until year 11 dictate what was possible for me in year 12, do you really think that I would have got those results in year 12? No. Some people know what their purpose is, some people don't. That's okay. But what I want to share with you is what you can focus on over the next 4 months to really make your period at school purposeful. If you guys can get that opportunity to become a leader, that's going to really be so beneficial to you when you get out into the real world, because those are the skills that companies want. Those are the skills that relationships need, right? And I'll tell you what kind of skills I'm referring to. I'm referring to communication skills. I'm referring to teamwork skills. Influence. Leadership's all about influence. Good leadership is positive influence. Bad leadership is using your influence for a negative result. And we know that there are some bad leaders out there in this world, right? So your leadership can go either way. Because the Ignatius spirituality is all about what can I do for my fellow men. And that's what leadership's all about. What can I do for my fellow men? So important, because it's all about putting your strengths to work, not ticking a box and meeting somebody else's expectation. Now I want to share this passage from the Bible, which is really, really powerful when it comes to purpose. In Jeremiah it says, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. So in the Bible, it specifically shows that God has a plan for all of us. So if you don't know your purpose, God has a purpose for you. It will come. Be patient, but be open. Okay. Now, why do I put that photo up? Because when I was about to finish university, I was hungry to get some experience as an accountant, right? Some work experience and get a job. I went and applied for about 35 jobs. And guess what? 4 rejections. 4 rejections. I've got a question for you guys. Did I fail?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, no?
No.
Make a decision. Yes? Did I fail? Alright, well, let's go with yes. Because I'm hearing yes, no, yeah, no.
You failed at that moment.
Bingo, right? Bingo. Hold the line, hold the line. Am I a failure? No. What would make me a failure? If you gave up. That's right. You're only a failure if you give up. right? You can fail as many times as you want, guys. There's no limit to the amount of times that you fail. But you just hope that you learn from your failures, so you don't fail in the future, right? So I failed, like I got rejected so many times, but as a result, by not giving up, I ended up getting the job that I needed, right? I actually had the interview in a Hawaiian shirt and 3/4 pants and sandals, and I got the job after 5 minutes. But had I not gone through the 35 rejections, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't have had those photos. And say, hey ma'am, hey sir, why did I get this result? What can I do to improve? Right? If you didn't make the representative team for your particular sporting category, why didn't I make this team? And what can I do to improve? And to make it. You know, sometimes you just got to be patient when it comes to success. You got to just keep working at it, and eventually it'll hatch. You might not see it immediately, but eventually it will hatch. I've seen that multiple times in my life. For me, like in that final year, I knew that if I just put in the work now, short-term pain for long-term gain. You can either pay now and play later, all right, or play now, muck around and not really take it seriously and make the most of that gift, and pay later. It's all about choices, guys. You know, you have your ups and you have your downs. You have your good moments, your high moments, and your not so high moments. You might have some setbacks. I don't know what's happening with you guys in your personal life, at home, with your parents or whatever, right? You have your ups and your downs. And he told me a bit about his story and how he was stressed out in the final year doing his HSC. And he opened up to me and he said, mate, like, you know, one of the reasons why I'm stressed out is because my mum's going through cancer. And I'm like, you know, touch wood, thank God, my mum is good. I've never experienced that. And I'm not going to try and make it out that I know what he's going through. Because I don't. I've never had that experience. But what I do know is that whilst you can't control the circumstances in your life, you can control how you respond to them. Right? And the decision that you make to not give up at this point in time will have an impact on your family and in years to come. And use that pain and use that adversity to push you forward, not to keep you down. That's how champions are made. It's not about the result, it's about the character that you develop. Who's seen the movie Coach Carter? What an awesome movie. And who remembers that scene in the movie where at the end, you know, they lose the game, right? They lose the game, the final, championship game. Who remembers that scene? They lost the game, but they were proud, right? They were excited about the future. But imagine if after they lost the game, they started crying. Oh my God, you know, we've lost the game, we're failures, and you know, there's no hope, that's it, you know. Imagine if they did that, right? That scene showed and demonstrated that no matter what the result is, you might lose the game, but man, they won. They won in life because what they did during that journey towards that final game of the movie, they went from being nothing students to having hope. It's a short window of opportunity that you have. It's going to fly. Start sowing the seed now. Don't leave it for later. And you look back, all right, with no regrets. Just leave you with my favourite quote by Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.